It's 2026, y'all, and we're gonna do things exactly the same over here. Boop, 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 boop. Welcome, everyone, to Midlife Crisis. Nope, just following my Delulu Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Erica Hernandez, and I'm so happy to have you. I'm so happy to be back podcasting. I'm so happy to be back in Los Angeles, California, because I was gone for 3 weeks. And let me tell you, I miss this place so much. Oh my God, I love it here so much. I've only been back for 2 days, and yesterday, my first full day back, already living the life, man. I went on a long walk with my neighbor. We got dim sum. We ate by the beach, and we were able to make it home before it rained. But I walked like over 10,000 steps yesterday. Hey, 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 because while I was at my parents' house, there was no step walking. It was raining most of the time. I was like taking care of my nieces, and one of my nieces doesn't like going on walks, and so I didn't go on as many walks as I wanted to. When my sister got home from work, it was just like rainy or cold, or I just got lazy and didn't do it. And I'm just so back. I'm just so happy to be back to my routine. I don't, I always say I don't like routine, but if I love a routine like working out and getting my 10K steps in, um, I'm for it. I'm 100% for it. I'm 100% for it. But so glad to be back on my comfy couch. This is why I am I'm recording here because I just missed this couch so much. That sounds like a tongue twister. I have a hard time saying it. I just missed this cow. It sounds like I said cow. I just missed this couch so much. I really, really did because my parents' couches are so not comfortable. I just was so uncomfortable basically the whole time I was there, and I couldn't wait to return to my just comfy little couch. It's not little, it's pretty, it's a good size. It's a good size, but I couldn't wait to come back. Neither could the dogs. They're just sleeping beside me. They're loving it. But yeah, I am just happy to be back. I'm happy that the new year's here, but mainly my joy is just because I'm back in my routine, back in LA, back doing my thing, doing my thing. I just love the city so, so, so much. Side note, before we continue on today's topic, my hair just wants to be curly. It always has had some sort of a wave to it, but not this much. Usually I get this wave when my hair's a little bit longer, but lately, especially my left side has been really wanting to curl, and then my right side was not for it for a while, but now it like fully wants to curl. And my aunt was telling me cuz she had mentioned it to me. She's like, "Yeah, your hair looks really good curly." And I was like, "Thanks." All of a sudden my hair wanted to curl. I just told her like, yeah, usually I just let it air dry and I don't really do much to my hair because I work from home. And she said that that happened to her too, that her hair used to be straighter because her hair used to be straighter, and now that she does less things to it, so less heat, less straightening to her hair, and less hair dryer. She's noticing her hair also is getting curlier too. So I think that's what's happening. I don't know. We could like Google the science. But anyways, whatever's happening to my hair, I love it. And I'm just gonna let my hair do what it wants to do. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna fight it at all. Plus it makes my hair look shorter, which I love. It's not this short, but anyways, I love a good messy bedhead curly hair look. And when I have to straighten it, well, I will straighten it, but for now, it is staying a curly, curly. All right, into today's topic. Today's topic, I really, really want to reflect on 2025. I have 10 prompts here, but before we get into the prompts, and the reason why I'm doing these prompts is because when I look at 2025, I look at what the goals that I had set for myself. I look at the goals that I have set for myself, that I did set for myself. Sorry, it took me like 3 sentences to figure that out. But when I look at 2025 and look at the goals that I had set for myself early on in the year, on paper, it looks like I had a bad, bad year. I didn't hit any of my goals. I'll deny. I went into 2025 kind of just doing more just like just doing things. Like I felt like I was in this hamster wheel, and the goals that I had were basically coming from the energy of like, get me out of this fucking life that I hate. I need to do these things in order to make me happy. So it was very much goals tied around scarcity, tied around that I'm not enough, tied around that I need to fix myself. And kind of in the early, I would say like April, May, and especially June, like midway through the year. Let's be honest, midway through the year, after I had worked with a coach, nothing on them, they were great, but I had worked with a social media coach and created videos, and it just like after we were done working and I was like left to my own devices, I just felt so burnt out. I didn't want to create any content anymore. And I created content, and it felt, because when I had created it and it was like 3 months later and I was supposed to be posting, it felt so misaligned, and it wasn't really like content that I really wanted to do. Um and so I just was like, I am so burnt out. I don't have any creative juices. I don't want to do this anymore. And it came with me just thinking that I was a failure, a total effing failure. And and what and that's why I want to do this like 10 list of things to reflect on, because at the end of the year, like sometime in like October, November, early December, actually not really October. No, October, I would say. Like somehow in like the last quarter of the year, I started to feel just so much love and intensity towards my life. Like it started to feel even bigger and more expansive, and even though I didn't accomplish anything I had on my goals, everything everything felt right. Everything felt amazing, and I felt like, wow, this is where I need to be in life at this moment. Like and it also felt like, even though on paper it felt like I didn't do anything right, my soul felt like it was doing everything right, right? Like I there was this thing I was looking at, oh, it was about actor reels, and because I'm preparing myself to start auditioning, and that's not a goal, but I still want to go on that path on auditioning, which I didn't do in 2025. But I was just looking at things that I need for my actor's profile, and one is an acting reel. And so I like watch some YouTube videos on like, if you're starting off, like what do you do? I don't have an acting reel. I don't have any experience. And one of the guys, his recommendation was like, "Oh, take classes, because you'll meet people in those classes that will want you to be part of like their independent stuff, or you guys could shoot scenes together." And I was like, okay, well, part of that thing I already did. Like, number one, I started taking classes and started making friends with people in those classes. And though right now it hasn't led to any collaborations, I'm going to continue to take classes, and that's going to lead to something. So that was like very reassuring to know that, okay, yes, even though I don't have the material I need at the moment, I'm already working on doing those things to get the material, right? Or doing the things that I need to do. And then on top of that, aside from like an actor reel, I'm learning, I'm in training. I'm in training to be a better performer. I'm in training to be a better actor. So I was like, I feel good. I feel good, like I really had a year where I like took classes, and like I accomplished more than what I thought I did. Looking at the goals, it looks like no, but actually I did do something. So this is why I feel so I feel that it's necessary to reflect on the good things, and like, yes, you had your goals, you had your aspirations, but throw that aside. What other cool things happen that maybe weren't on your list, that you didn't plan for? Because you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let life happen. You gotta like go with the flow every once in a while. There's times for building and being like, yes, like type A, like building, and then there's times where just like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the flow, And guess what? It is raining right now. It just started raining and it looks awesome. Good thing I walked my dogs like literally right before I started recording. Okay, so these 10 things, reflections on 2025, these are the 10 things. Number one, best thing I did for myself. The best thing I did for myself was really rest. I didn't realize how much I wasn't really resting. Like, I got off of work, and was always, my mind was, even if I was just sitting on the couch watching TV, I was always thinking about the next thing. Like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I spent so many years, um, and I don't know why 2013 is where it's like coming loudly in my brain, because I think that's when I signed up for Beachbody. If you don't know, I used to be a Beachbody coach. I know MLL, ML, MLM, MLM. God, what's wrong with me today? I can't speak. I know it's an MLM. It seems kind of sleazy. It seems kind of schemy, but I did it, okay? And I'm grateful that I did it because it led me to some people that really have inspired me to like flip my life upside down and like go after what I really wanted in life and live in the city I really wanted to live. So it led to that. But I think ever since then I had my regular 9 to 5 job, and I always was doing something else, and I was just always exhausted. And when I wasn't doing either, I was thinking about other things, and like it was just this hamster wheel of like doing and trying and trying and trying and trying to fix myself and like trying to improve and trying to hit the next goal, and I just never felt satisfied, and I never just fucking rested. Like, just literally sat here. There was moments where I just sat here and like I didn't even want to watch TV. I would just turn off the TV and just like lay down and do nothing. Dishes were in the sink, my room was a mess, and like didn't even like give two shits about it. I was just like, I'm just chilling here. And then if a friend called me to like meet up, I'd be like, you know what? That sounds fun. And so those are the things that I'm like really did for myself, is like really prioritize my rest, but also prioritize my fun. Prioritize meeting new people and really building a group of friends and a community outside of the people I already knew, um, which has made my life so much better and so much fun. So that is number one, the best thing I did for myself. Number two, plot twist of the year. Plot twist of the year, and this is just like forefront. Um, there's two things. One was like completely deciding, like, I don't, I don't really want to be a content creator. Um, I want to be something slightly different. And what I realize in that is, okay, so let me explain a little bit, because I see things like the Try Guys and Smosh and Dropout and would love to be a cast member or work with them on stuff. So that's like kind of like in the back of my head, a goal of mine. And that is content creation, but it's slightly different. It's already kind of an ensemble. I would be coming in, I wouldn't be like just creating my own thing on Instagram, right? So like I I want to move away. What really was what's loud in my brain is that like I am horrible at doing things solo. I am not a solo person. I am part of an ensemble. I love group projects. I love being with people. And so I I do feel that that was the biggest surprise for me, is that like it, like going forward, growing my social media and being a social media content creator is not a big priority at all. It's not even a priority. It's like if it happens, it happens, but like honestly, like I don't want to create content for social media. I want to create things, and I want to like do sketch comedy, but I want to do it in a collaborative setting, and write sketch comedy for me and other people, and perform sketch comedy, whether it's live or it's on YouTube or it's on a TV show. um that is more where my focus is. And that is scary because I feel like I have a lot of things to catch up to because other than a few things that I've written, I haven't really um, taken really, really, what's the word? I haven't exercised the muscle of writing sketch comedy, but I know it's in me. I know what's in me because sometimes some ideas come out of me and I'm like, "Ugh, genius, genius." So that's one plot twist. The second plot twist was like the decrease in FOMO that I have, especially around the new year. So every year on New Year's Eve, if I wasn't out partying or wasn't out like just being with friends and having like the time of my life, and not necessarily like drinking, but just being out and about, I felt like I was missing out. I literally felt like, oh god, if I don't bring in the new year with a bang, then then like what am I doing with my life? And this year it was just so surprising to me how much I was like, I just want to stay in. And mind you, I mean, I had a few months to like know that I wasn't going to be out on New Year's because my parents were going to be gone in Mexico and I was going to be with my nieces. But like when my sister had when I agreed to help, um in my head I was like, "Oh, maybe I should have a little get together. Maybe I should text my cousins and be like, who wants to like come over New Year's Eve and bring in the New Year's?" And then I just never got around to it. And by the time I was at my parents' house, and because it was like rainy, like the whole week, I was like, oh, you know what would be cool? Just us like playing some trivia games, playing heads up. Like what else can we do? Like me and my nieces, like not anybody else. It was just like me and my two nieces. Like what can we do to keep them entertained? And then my niece really asked me for spinach dip. She likes the spinach dip that I make with the appetizer spinach dip. And then I was like, "Ooh, what should we have for dinner?" She's like, "I don't know." And I showed her this recipe. It's a tortellini soup recipe, which I had never made before. My ex used to always make it, and I made it, and it was delicious. And the surprising part of that was like, not only did I just was like, I'm gonna stay home, um, and really had a great time with my 12-year-old niece because my 7-year-old niece was like, okay, whatever. She went to bed early, but my 12-year-old niece and I stayed up late. We played heads up. We played trivia games. We even got like this little karaoke machine and we did that for a while. So we did like everything to keep us up and bring in the new year because my niece was like, I really want to stay up till midnight. And I was like, okay, I'll try. I'm really tired. Um, so like that was surprising, but what was even more surprising is how much joy and fulfillment I felt making them good food. Like I'm not a cook. My love language is not acts of service. It's quality times and quality time and words of affirmations. I think acts of service is like probably like way down on the list. But that was the first time where I just was like really excited to like make a meal for them and cook, and like I couldn't wait to like start cooking and them really enjoy it. And it was just kind of like this like it was cool. It was a different feeling and I was like, "Oh wow, so this is what it means to be like super present in the moment." Because all those years before I was never fully present. I really enjoyed it. That was like the big surprise. It was that one was like the big one, right? It's like enjoying cooking for others. And I want to do that more often. I definitely want to do that more often in 2026. Okay. Number 3. So that was I just said plot twist of the year. Number 3 was beauty product of the year. Well, beauty product of the year. I use the same products all the time, but I don't know if I started using these products in 2024 or 23, but I know I used them a lot in 2025, which was pimple patches. I have one right here on my cheek or like above my like the laugh line. I have one on my laugh line. Um I absolutely love them because ever since I started using them, I noticed that my skin heals faster. So I do have this zit, basically the same duration, but they don't leave a mark because I am a picker. I'll pick at my zit and then I'll have like the kind of like a slight scar, and like you could see it on my forehead right now. If you're watching the YouTube, I have one on my forehead because I didn't have the pimple patches, but I'll have that for a while. But with the pimple patches, I get excited. I want to wear them. And because I have them on, like I'll touch the pimple patch, but I won't touch the zin. I won't pick at it. So it prevents me from picking at it. And so I think it does help heal it faster. I don't really know. I just kind of notice that like not leave a blemish basically. So I really love the pimple patches. The ones I use are Mighty Patch. They're clear, and I just got some at Costco. I got like a 3-pack at Costco. I can't remember how much it is, but yeah, Costco is the death of me. But that's another subject for another day. Costco. Okay. Most used item. Huh. Okay. I am thinking about this off the bat. What was my most used item? I use a lot of stuff all the time. I don't really know. I'm trying to think like what the most used item. I mean, obviously I use my phone a lot, but I want it to be just like um not the norm. I mean, I don't have items, most used item. My phone, podcasting, computer, my dog's 40. God, what was the most used item in here? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say phone because I use that a lot. Um, really, like other than the products I use every day, right? Like I use my hair dryer and straightener less. Um, yeah, I mean it's got to be the phone. Again, I can't like think of like another gadget or thing that I have that is like most used. Secondary for my phone, I journaled a lot, so most used item is probably the pen. The pen, because I journal a lot. I did the what's that thing called? The artist way. I did the artist way, and you have to write 3 pages a day. I do not write 3 pages a day anymore. I write almost daily, not when I'm not home and not on the weekends, but every morning I do write something. Um so I guess that would be the most used item is this pen and this notebook. So that would be secondary from the phone because the phone is like obvi, like we all use our phones a lot, okay? Unless we have like a dummy phone, which is the thing now. Should I get a dummy phone in 2026? No, I won't do that. So most used item is that. Okay, best show. Okay, guys, honestly, best show. I did not watch a lot of new television. I actually watch more older television just because I was in a place where I just needed to like disassociate a lot of times, especially the early half of the year. But oh god, let me I did screenshot some stuff because I knew this question was coming. Um and so I did screenshot like shows. So kind of okay, one of the best shows I saw, this was early in the year, The Residency. I believe it came out in 2025. I thought that was a really good show. It was comedy. Oh my god, I think I need glasses now, guys. Like I'm squinting as I look into my phone. This is new. This has happened over the last month. So The Residency was really good. I really liked it. Um, and the other show I really enjoyed, and I was actually impressed because the lead was a YouTube star, or no, he was a TikTok star. But the way he wrote the show, and this is a comedy, um, really just it was very high. What's the word? Well done. Like I I I I had low expectations and they surpassed my expectations. So the show that I'm talking about is Overcompensating, and I did hear they're going to get a second season, which is good because it ended in a good way. Um so those are the two shows that I are top for me, but also one of the things that I discovered this year was Smosh. I, I knew who Smosh was because at one point my cousin had told me that she really liked Smosh, and I had seen some of their videos in the past come up in my YouTube algorithm, but I never was compelled to watch. And then this year, um, Angela Giatana was on a few podcasts that I listened to. And I had also listened to her artist on artist on artist on artist podcast because it was an improv podcast, and that's when I was like starting to get into improv when that podcast came out, and I was like, ooh, like how do you do a podcast with improv? And so like I had listened to it when it first came out, and I kind of stopped. Like I still listen to it every once in a while, but not as much. But when I heard her voice, she has a very distinct voice. I was like, oh, that's that person from artist on artist on artist on artist. And I started just kind of, and then she was, yeah. So she was on a few podcasts that I listened to, but there's this one specific podcast that is on YouTube, and because it was on YouTube, YouTube algorithm is like really really good. It started showing me Smosh videos, or it started showing me other podcasts that Angela was on, but then it started showing Smosh videos, and I was like, huh, what is this? And I was like, oh, Smosh, like, yeah, that sounds familiar. And I started recognizing, like, and I didn't know this, but like a lot of the cast members had been on one of the podcasts that I listen to all the time. That had been guests because the podcast that I listen to a lot is Perfect Person by Miles Bonsignore, and he has had the Smosh cast on there, and Try Guys have even had the Smosh cast on their some of their stuff, and I just didn't know who they were, and I just kind of like fell down the rabbit hole, and you know what? It's an enjoyable place. Smosh is an enjoyable place. My favorite thing to watch from Smosh is anytime they do Jeopardy, and because they've been doing it for so long, I had so many years to catch up on. So Jeopardy and Bit City are like the best things that I personally love from Smosh. Oh, and Culinary Crimes is a good one too. So there's a lot of shows that they have that I really really like. So Smosh, that's more like best YouTube channel than anything. Okay. Best family memory. Um Best family memory. There's so many. I just had a great year with Ma Familia in different things. But um just like my favorite is, so my niece is 7, and she's a little behind on things, and this year her speaking has very very much elevated, and now she's a little more social now. So before she wasn't social, and she really likes one of my cousin's sons. Like they're like he like played with her really well. He was like so sweet and caring when she like officially met him, because I think they met like when she was younger. Um, but when my sister came to visit with my nieces, they stayed a week here. Um, we went to what is it, downtown Disney, and in the parking lot she's like, where is he? Where's my best friend? My best friend. And she was like, put her hand like above her eyebrows, like looking. She said the boys, my nephew's name, my cousin's son's name, and she's like, where are you? Where are you? And then she turned to her mom. She's like, what did you do to him? And they were like coming, right? We just were ahead of them on the car ride. But it was like just really cute to see her be more social with other kids, and that's like a good memory. Like as an aunt, um, even though I'm their aunt, I was really involved with them when they were younger. So sometimes I worry, like, oh, are my parents and my sister raising them right? And so seeing those things, I'm like, okay, they're doing okay. Like I don't need to be that involved. I'm the aunt. I'm the aunt. I'm the cool fun aunt. And then the other family memory just this past winter was like the New Year's Eve thing, watching Stranger Things with them, but um also going ice skating with my 12-year-old niece. She had never gone ice skating. She really wanted to do it, and I'm glad I was there to help her. And also there was a I mean, I wouldn't say it was like a favorite moment, but she was having my 12-year-old niece was having some hard times with her friends, and she talked to me about it, which when I was a kid, I never talked to any adult about. And so the fact that she's like, I asked her and she openly started talking to me about it, I felt like that is so important to have a good conversation with the kiddos and know that I'm a person that she can come to when she's having issues, and if she can't talk to my parents or her mom, she could come to me. And I think that's so important, like, no, for kids to know that you support them and you're there to hear them out when they're having situations and help them and guide them through. They're going to do what they're going to do, right? They're kids. I mean, they're their own person. They're going to do what they're going to do. um but at least help guide them. And I think that just gives me hope for their future. So that's like my best family memories. Best vacation. I didn't take a lot of vacation this year, but definitely I would say Vegas trip, Beyonce. That's the only like real trip. I took a Ojai trip as well, but the Beyonce. I used to be a Beyonce hater. Now I'm not, and seeing Beyonce live, and especially in Vegas, was icing on the cake this year. I really had fun there. Um, Moments we were the problem. When was I the problem? Um, I would just say just getting in my own way. Yeah, yeah. So the moment I was a problem was when I was kind of like refusing to sign up for improv classes at the UCB, and like postponing it, postponing my greatness, postponing it, postponing taking classes in places where um I felt like I don't belong, because I don't have as much training. I didn't grow up in the theater world. Like, I didn't grow up taking acting classes or anything. Like some people, and a lot of people in the entertainment industry, a lot of performers did, right? And so I always felt like, oh yeah, like I need to take classes elsewhere, blah blah blah. So really holding that back. But everything obviously is in perfect timing. But that's where I was the problem, is just like my own self-doubt and my own beliefs around feeling like I don't belong in certain places. So that is the moment where I was a problem. Small wins I'm proud of. Definitely just signing up for the UC classes at the UCB and doing the first class show, the improv class show. Oh my god, I haven't even talked about it here. So right before Thanksgiving, the Sunday before Thanksgiving was the class show, and let me tell you guys, that class put me through it. That class put me through it because it just, there was some days I felt great and some days I felt not so great. And I'm not used to long form improv. I'm used to like, okay, this is a game. It's like short. You're on stage for like a minute or two. But long form, you're on there a little bit longer, and you kind of have to understand like certain structures and keep that in mind as you're like making things up on the spot. So that is hard. Especially when I'm used to short form and like doing more improv games, and all that. So it took me through it. It did take me through it. And I also wanted the teacher to always tell me I did a great job, which she wasn't going to do. She was going to give constructive criticism. Um, but I remember just like right before the show, oh my God, I felt like I was going to throw up. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I hate this feeling. I hate performing. But as soon as I got on stage and the first idea popped into my head of like how I wanted to start a scene, and I was the first one to do the scene. I went up there, I did the scene. I was in the first group and I did the first scene of the show. And so I went up there, did my scene, and like what the first line I said, everyone was laughing because it was magic. Like I like literally like I just did that one scene. Like I assisted in other scenes, but I didn't take the lead because that was like all the energetic, that was all the creative energy that I had. I was like, I had this one great idea and that's it. But I felt damn proud about that idea. And I thought it went really well and I thought it was really funny. Um, and my 2026 goal is to be able to do that more consistently and not get so drained from it. But like but be more consistently. And that's like kind of like the moment where I realized I really do like performing. I do get nervous at first, and so like it's a I guess this is a big win, but it's a small, it seems so small, like signing up for the class, but I had big wins tied to it. So that's just kind of like small wins for me is being able it's that one scene I did in the improv class performance, but mainly it was signing up for improv classes at the UCB. That is my small wins I'm proud of. I am back. Yeah, I had to go to the restroom, so I couldn't fully finish that thought of the last thing. So number 10, things we are doing less of and more of. So definitely things I'm doing less of is obviously social media. I just don't want to do it. I just really don't. It doesn't bring me joy anymore. I mean, I'll still be posting. You guys will see me in my stories and promoting this podcast, but I'm going to be taking frequent breaks. I have an app, the Opal app, where I could block certain apps. So social media is something that I'm blocking, and I, you know, I know I haven't done this in a while, but back in July, my coach challenged me to be 3 days off social media, and I try to do it again, but I haven't been able to do it. So I'm going to ask her to give me that challenge. Earlier today, I turned it off, and hopefully I could do another 3 days. But I do have to log on there to promote this podcast, and I think I'm posting this. It's Sunday today. Um, and I'm hopefully gonna edit this podcast really quickly, and it's gonna come out on Tuesday. But we'll see. We'll see. Tuesday the sixth of January. But we shall see. We shall see how life goes because I'm still unpacking for my trip. But definitely doing less of that. Doing less social media, less focus on creating content for social media. And what I'm doing more of is more training, more of my in person acting training. So I signed up for Improv 201 at the UCB. I'm going to sign up for 301 and 401. I even might take singing lessons again because I want to sing again, and I know right now I haven't been singing and my voice is really strained. So I'm looking uh singing lessons. I might take classes at a school, at a JC, to get those singing lessons. I'm even looking at, because I want to take actual like on camera acting technique classes, and so right now I'm looking into studios. There is a studio that I went to, but I feel like I want something else. I didn't feel like I liked the classes that they had there, but there was something missing. So I'm looking into other studios, and especially studios that maybe have programs that help you understand the business and help you get in the business. So not only just help you with your acting, but help you get into the business, because I need that help. I can't do it all by myself, y'all. Like, I seriously can't. I can't do it by myself. No, 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 no. We are done trying to do things by ourselves. Oh my God, that's another thing I'm done with. I'm done trying to do things by myself. I am so done. Everything I've done in my life has been always doing things for myself and others, especially in my previous relationship. Was like I was always doing things on my own and like picking up the slack from others. And so now I am still taking care of myself, but I'm also letting others take care of me. Other people contribute to me because it takes a village. You can't do things on your own. That's why networking is so important. Duh, that's why people network. So definitely doing all of that. more in person, more in person stuff, more collaborative stuff. Um yeah, like just doing less by myself. Like I think I mentioned this at the top of the episode. I think I did. I'm not sure, but I am just not a person. I just don't have motivation when it comes to doing things by myself. Working out, yes. Shopping, yes. But when it comes to like creativity, it's and acting and improv and comedy and stuff, like I want to do it with other people. I want to be in a group and an ensemble, and I really like that's what I think attracted me to the Try Guys and Smosh, is like they're this group of people that are able to be silly with each other. And that's what I'm looking for. Like that's the community that I want to create and I want to have. Um And so that's more of what I'm focused on, is like finding that community, doing more collaborative things and doing things in person, because when I have people to do it with, it's a lot more fun. I'm following the fun. That's what I'm doing more of. It's following more of the fun, doing less of not what's fun, and doing more of what's fun and what's easy, right? Work smarter, not harder. So that's kind of like my motto going into 2026, is just following the joy, doing things that are fun, being more collaborative, focusing on my training, and doing less things online, kind of disassociating with Instagram and TikTok and all that. um, and see where it goes. See where that takes me. Not saying I'm never gonna be on Instagram and never gonna create content for Instagram, but right now, what is the pool is to be in person places and being in more collaborative spaces with people that are in their creativity where I am in, right? Like more creative people. So that's our episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next episode, I'm going to talk about 2026 kind of. I'm going to put in quotes, goal planning, like New Year's resolutions. Not really New Year's resolutions, just like how I'm approaching this next year of 2026. But I love you guys all. you know, do all the things, subscribe, tell your friends, share on social media. And until next time, stay delulu. Bye bye. Love you. Adios.